Evening, children. Now, during these holidays, let us revise our chapters. So, first lesson which I'm going to revise for class 12th, as that is the last lesson. Let me tell you the summary of this so that you can easily understand the questions and you can even write down or you can practice even for your exams. Now, the story goes back during 1870, and the village is Elzek, which was overpowered by Germans after the war. And that was the last day when French was to be spoken, and after that, the German language had to be introduced. Now, in this story, there are two characters, that is Franz, who is a student, and Mr. Hamel, who is a teacher. Now, actually, that very day, Franz never wanted to come to school because whenever he was asked to do the revision of past participle, he never did that, and every time he was scolded by the teacher. But what happens, that very day he never wanted to do that because he had not prepared and he was little late. But then somehow he decided to go to school. When he goes there, he noticed some strange things. First, there was no hustle bustle near the school, which was very strange. When he approaches the reception, he finds there is a notice, and on the notice it is written that today is the last lesson of French, and after that German will be taught to the students. When he enters in the class, he finds that some of the villagers who never used to attend the class had come in the class, and they were sitting at the back bench. That was strange. That was the third thing which he found strange. Then fourth, he was afraid that Mr. Hamel will scold him, but he did not scold him. So that was again strange thing for him. And then he found that Mr. Hamel was wearing his official dress, which he usually used to wear on the day of prize distribution or maybe PTMs and etc. And that day he did not teach anything about French, and he just said, "Okay, friends, I will not scold you today because your own community will scold you because you haven't paid attention towards your French language, and from tomorrow you have to learn German. So, and when you will not be able to study that, then your own community will tease you on that." Then Franz was afraid, and he thought, how can we speak Germans? Can these people teach the pigeons the German? So this was the things which he had noticed. And after that, for the 4-hour class, Mr. Hamel just spoke about the importance of the French culture. He wanted the parents and the students to keep their language, their tradition, their culture alive. Because he said, today we are overpowered by Germans, but tomorrow we might get freedom. And if we don't keep this culture, everything safe, then tomorrow we are going to be speaking German. So that was the thing, and with that he ended. But during his class, he says it's not only the children who are to be blamed or the parents. He blamed the three people: the children who did not attend the class, number two, the parents who never sent their children to the class because they wanted them to work either in factory or on the farms so that they can earn some money for them. Number three, he blamed himself because he said whenever he wanted to go for fishing, so he used to give holiday to the students because it was a school run by an NGO. And secondly, when sometimes when he was not in a mood to teach, he asked the children to water the plants. So these were the things. Now the question arises, what exactly were the strange things Franz had noticed? Why he blamed himself? What were the message? What was the message he had given to the students? So these are the major questions. So revise this chapter, read the chapter thoroughly and revise it so that you can prepare for your exams. Thank you and good night.